Meanwhile, let's get.
Okay, happy Friday. Welcome back to the Crypto Report. Hope everybody's doing, I hope you're doing great out there today. Yep, mighty fine day. A lot of drama between the president of the United States of America and betwixt the Elon of the Musk. Yes, that's correct. Kind of wild, guys. Kind of a wild time. You probably wouldn't have expected these two to be duking it out in the limelight, but it is happening. It is cray-cray. And the question of the day, and I put it in the chat, is do you think this should be affecting this crypto market? Welcome back, guys, to the Crypto Report. Take a peek at what's going on right now after a wild dip yesterday, touching down to 100K. By the way, didn't we talk about that? Really successful trade on XRP and on Dogecoin for me yesterday to the short side. I was shorting XRP, I was shorting Dogecoin, ended up in the profit on those, didn't hit the stop losses, just ended up closing them out. Probably, I think 15 or 1700 bucks all in, maybe 2K all in, I think, which is great. We're making good profit, and maybe that's a little bit for some people, maybe that's a ton for others. You can trade these markets. I think I've proven that. And I'm in another trade, which I'm going to share with you guys. I'll share it with you right now, matter of fact. I'm in a little bit of a short again, actually. After seeing this little boost up, I entered another short. Now, I do have my stop loss set. However, what I might do is actually, I'm gonna pull this thing a little bit lower, because I'm gonna pull it down just off the top of the bodies of these daily candles over here. So something like that. Hey, if we keep pumping, great. I've got long position. I've got, holding portfolio positions ready to go for this market. But I did see kind of, and I'll tell you guys why I'm once again in a short. I missed a long on it. I'm bummed, because what I did is I shorted down to 100. And I was telling you guys could be a good opportunity for a long of 100. I missed it. So I waited patiently as this thing came back up to about, 104.5, 104.8, which is somewhere we've been sitting for a while, thinking maybe we potentially see some resistance after this pump. And there's a reason for that. Again, I'm not bearish on crypto. I'm bullish in the long term, but there's some news that still makes me hesitant for a blast off explosion in the short term. And I want to talk about why. Again, I am a crypto bull. If you're a crypto bull, you like crypto, smash the like button. If you're bearish on crypto right now, also smash the like button. If you want to just talk about the stuff, you're here. Subscribe to the channel. We got content coming every single day for you guys, because we love you, because we love crypto, and absolutely unbelievable. So let's take a peek at exactly what's cooking here. Yeah, so Bitcoin's up to 105.3, Ethereum's to 25 hundo. Let me take down the twos just a little wee bit. Laddie. Yeah, right there. Yeah, we'll take it down a little bit there. So, yeah, Ethereum's 2,500, down a little bit today. XRP down to 218, just slightly calm today. We dipped down to like 210, 208, I think, last night. Closed that one out earlier this morning. Dogecoin's back to 18 cents. I was in a nice little short on that one and made some good profit on that. And we're just kind of calm in these altcoin markets. Fear and greed index neutral, still trickling down here. Are we in altcoin season? No, we're still very much in Bitcoin season. If you take a peek at what's going on right now, Bitcoin dominance climbing again, moving back to the top of the range. Not surprised by that. I've got some news to share with you. Looking at XRP, look at this. Came down, tested actually. What did we get down to? Whoa, we got even down to 205 yesterday. Man, I should have taken profit even sooner on that yesterday, but I did get some profit earlier this morning, somewhere around here. So that was not too bad. Actually, that one might have gotten stopped out. The Doge trade, I closed out manually before it got stopped out, but the XRP trade, I'm not even showing the screen here. The XRP trade might have actually gotten stopped out. So that's fine in a good way, because I set it in the profit. That's what you do, guys. You set when you're in the profit, you set your take profit stop loss in the profit. Okay. Right now I'm actually in a little bit of a short in Bitcoin, which could turn out to be a bad trade here. The reason I did it, guys, is because I figured we could see resistance at this level again. Now we might not. Okay. We might keep boosting up here. It's looking pretty strong. So I've got a stop loss set. We'll see how it cooks. You know, the Dogecoin trade had a stop loss that didn't end up cooking through it, but you never know. We did dip down to 100,400, stayed above 100. I do think there's a chance we still dip down below it. Talking about 92. I see a lot of people talking about 92 as a potential level for Bitcoin. Why would that be? Well, looking at our weekly candles here, you can kind of see we've had a couple areas where we were bouncing off 92 right there. The weekly candle as well, guys, is red right now. It has wicked down below this blue trend line, and it could absolutely close out the end of the week, maybe over the weekend down here. So I'm going to hang on to this Bitcoin trade. If it doesn't get stopped out and ride it could come a little bit lower. Now, if it doesn't, that's fine. I've made some good money on some trades to the short side, to the long side. Was long on Pepe and Sheep there for a minute, made money on that. Shorted Dogecoin and XRP to the downside. Now we bounce back up. Missed my long back to the upside. It's okay. You're not going to catch all the trades. And then I waited patiently. Here we are, and I am looking for potential slip back lower. I've got some news to talk to you on, and I'm not like convinced. I'm not saying like, hey, it's going to go back down, but it certainly could. Bonifacio Contreras in the chat, my friend. Says big CME gap around 92K as well. There you go. So that makes a lot of sense. How's it going? John 316 in the chat. Daryl Young, Club Crow BSS, Simon Kelly. Shout out to Jimmy the Lip. Forget about it. Kevin Hawthorne for Lakeland, Florida. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are doing really, really nice and zesty today. Okay, so yeah, not a lot to move. Let's see what the big movers are. Whoa. What are you doing? Okay. So here we go. Fartcoin to the moon, back to $1 at $1 billion market cap. Virtuous Protocol getting a little bit of a pump today. Nothing's flying today. A couple coins are down. It's a iffy moment. Stacks is getting crushed right now. Why? Why is Stacks getting crushed right now? Well, unfortunately, Alex Labs had another hack. It's the biggest DeFi liquidity pool folks out there. Actually, Veller's probably bigger now, but it's really hurting the Stacks community. Another hack from Alex Labs. Officially, I'm done with Alex Labs. I don't believe in Alex Labs anymore. I don't care. Too many mistakes. They are not competent at securing their DeFi space. DeFi is supposed to be secure, and they have failed their users twice now. There have been hacks through Alex Labs. It's hurting Stacks today, so you got a nice discount on Stacks. Stacks can be separated from Alex Labs. They don't go hand in hand, but it is really a bummer for the Stacks holdings. We'll see how it goes. I'm still bullish on Stacks. I'm bullish on Bitcoin. DeFi on top of Bitcoin. That's Stacks, the biggest L2 for Bitcoin. It should be good, but you never know, guys. That's why we say not financial advice, and you can't pick them all right, but I still do have faith in the future of Stacks. The Trump meme getting rocked. Why? Because of Elon and Trump battling. Daryl says, officially sold my Stacks, officially out. I get it. It's hard to hang on sometimes, but we'll see where it cooks. Diego in the chat says, when does altcoin season start? Well, we're certainly not there right now, but as you see altcoin season fears down, could be using it as an accumulation time. Here's the deal though, guys. We have a really big challenge ahead. Okay, we have a really big challenge ahead, and it's part of the reason that I am in a little bit of a Bitcoin short right now. Not a big one right now. It's a 10x short on Bitcoin. I did a 100x. What did I do? 100x long on Bitcoin the other day to the profit. That was nice. And so I'm going long, I'm going short. I'm trading the moves at the moment that are supposed to be traded in my mind, on my research, on my targets, on my levels. If you want to trade, you can sign up using the link in the description down below in the comment section. I got a pin for you guys for blowing up to a $5,000 deposit bonus. But why am I in the trade right now? June 18th, in now 12 days, I will be live streaming the FOMC Fed meeting. In this meeting, there's a 99.9% chance, call it 100% chance, that we are going to get a Fed rate pause. Nothing's going to happen. Now, what we used to see was this blue bar was over here. When I opened this up today, I saw this. I was like, whoa, there's a 99% chance that we're going to get a rate cut now? No, not true. This is at 425 to 450 basis points. That's where we're at right now. There's a 99% chance that we're going to stay where we're at. What is this? A 0.1% chance of our rate hike is now added to the bar graph here. Why would that happen? Well, look at July. Looking at July, an 83% chance now. Like, no chance that we're going to get a rate cut in July. And even going into September, now a 37% chance. Just a week ago, this was at 28, 27% chance. At one point, it was at a 25% chance. The odds are decreasing of a rate cut in September. October even, you're seeing now 20% chance that we still don't get a rate cut, and even into December, an 8% chance. Guys, it is heading the wrong direction for an altcoin season. You need to see a rate cut historically for your altcoins to explode, and even for a bigger Bitcoin rally. Why is this happening? Because of the big, beautiful tax bill debate going on right now, because of the tariff thing going on. Like it or not, the president is partially to blame for the pause in these rates right now. Even though he's calling for rate cuts, the markets are not ready for the rate cuts. This is what the data is showing us. This is what the Fed is telling us. This is what the tariffs are causing. Even if the tariffs inevitably could be good for the country, some people say they're going to be bad. Some people say they're going to be good. Whatever the result is, it's painful for inflation, and pain for inflation means pain for the markets. When you're wanting rate cuts and not getting them, it's harder for the risk on asset rally. Now, the traditional market is moving up still. We had the S&P 500 about above $6,000 earlier. May jobs report. We actually saw, I saw that the jobs report that we just got was actually a little higher than expected, which actually isn't quite good for a rate cut, right? Which is strange. You actually want jobs to slow for a rate cut, which sounds bad, right? But that's just how it works. Now we are seeing, Elon and the president battle. That's obviously on the thumbnail here. We're going to be talking quite a bit about it. Bitcoin's back to 105 as Trump demands a full point Fed rate cut. It's not going to happen. It's just, no, the Fed Chair Powell won't listen. He doesn't listen to the president. I don't even know why they wrote the headline. We look at the data and it suggests, whoopsie, looking tough for that rate cut stuff. Okay. But Michael Saylor remains bullish for the long term for good reason. Okay. For very good reason. Talking about the $13 million Bitcoin price forecast for the future. Of course he is. He has billions. He's the world's emperor of Bitcoin outside of Satoshi Nakamoto. My entry was it's like 108 or 104.8, I think, or 104.9 maybe. It was my entry to the short side for Bitcoin, so we're going to see. We did see the cease and desist letter over the unauthorized Trump wallet. You saw that come out. The family of the president says we have nothing to do with this. Now, I told you guys there's probably going to be some lawsuit. Well, we have a cease and desist letter coming over this wallet. If it's not officially backed by the president, well then, Of course, it's going to get stopped. That shouldn't be surprising, but that news is breaking today. Crypto.com, I'm going to talk about this a little bit more in a video later today and do a little crow update, but Crypto.com sues Nevada gaming body over block on sports events contracts. Very, very interesting. We're going to see how this one goes. Yeah, so I'm not gonna talk too much about that, but I'm just giving you a couple of the news stories on the day. Was there anything else I missed, by the way, in more of the traditional market? Lululemon stock sinks 20% as tariffs hit profit outlook. Tariffs. Kind of tough. UK to end ban on retail investors buying exchange traded ETFs. I do have that story pulled up for you as well. Where do I have that one? Right here. Cryptos R Us report on it. So UK is going to end ban on retail investors buying crypto and Bitcoin ETFs. How about that? And so, moving forward for that $13 million prediction from Michael Saylor, there you go. I do also see another rumor today that Europe is going to ban Bitcoin completely. I doubt it, but it's being discussed. But this is the biggest thing probably in the news today. Even Ben Cowen, today is a sad day for America. You have the president and you have Elon battling. Elon coming out saying, in light of the president's statement about cancellation of my government contract, SpaceX will begin decommissioning its Dragon spacecraft immediately. These guys are going back and forth. They're talking about the president being in the flight log, if you know what I'm talking about. They're talking about all these different things going on. They're talking about everything right now. President saying Elon went crazy if he's cutting the EV tax credits. They're just going back and forth and back and forth. It's tough. This was something that some folks were excited about. But now folks are in shambles over it. And in fact, the Tesla stock fell huge yesterday. It's coming back a little bit today because they have a phone call scheduled a little bit later. So maybe that's happening now. Maybe that's already happened. But this is, I think these are the same. Are these the same two photos I used for the thumbnail? I didn't even mean to use the same two photos. No, they're close. I used similar photos to the thumbnail. But Elon and the president are scheduled to speak today on a call. So let's see how that phone call goes. I haven't seen any headlines on that yet, but this is big news. And some people are speculating that the president and Elon are in cahoots and that this is all fake and they're doing some kind of publicity stunt with some secret initiative. I don't really know. With some of the things that have been said, it kind of seems like this. And I don't really like CoffeeZilla. By now, I'm sure you know that if you've been watching our videos. I don't like CoffeeZilla at all. But you've seen this famous meme of this girl looking back as the house is on fire, and there is Elon looking back as he's setting the president's administration, into shambles right now. It's crazy. It's crazy the battles that are going on. But these job reports are tough for this inflation data. No doubt about it. Other news, talking more about this spat between these two. Elon writing, false. The bill was never shown to me even once and was passed in the dead of night so fast almost no one in Congress could even read it. This is talking about the big, beautiful bill. So you've just got them going very much back and forth right now. The president saying, I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped a lot. He knew the bill. He's saying, no, I didn't. Well, did he? Didn't he? A lot of he said, she said, wild right now. Absolutely wild right now. Well, outside of the drama, though, there was some pretty cool news. $175 billion Uber is exploring using crypto as payment vehicle. That would be pretty cool if you could pay for your Uber or your Lyft with your Bitcoin. That would be pretty darn neat. So, we need to see what happens with this phone call. I don't know, but I did open up this short on Bitcoin after the pump this morning. Didn't want to miss out on this volatility, right? We had this pump. I was like, pretty big dump to just kind of explode back up. We certainly could. We've seen it before, but I see a lot of negative news right now. I see a lot of negative news now. And yeah, so this position, by the way, I got in at 104.915, just under 105. I figured 104 could be our 104 and change could be our stopping point. So when we were close to 105, I wanted to get in because I think we could slip back down. That's my idea on it. We're going to see. I've been really on a hot streak with trading lately, having some fun. If you guys want to trade yourselves, you can sign up for Blowfin. Hey, this went into profit for the first time. That's pretty cool. So let's see here. I'm gonna pull down my stop loss. Okay, I'm gonna pull it down. I would like to, if we do lose this trade, I don't want to lose too much on it. I want to continue to protect myself from the downside, right? You practice what you preach, and that feels pretty good. Okay, so we're gonna do that. We got that. Now we're $8 in the profit. Yeah, we like $12. We're climbing 15. Oh. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not wanting Bitcoin to go down. For the long term, I think it's going to go way, way higher. But we got drama cooking, guys. This is unbelievable. All this drama in the mainstream going on. There you go. Musk has already begun his break with the president over the tax bill, but the battle is widening quickly. This is crazy. Musk blinks first and bitter. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. They want to get along. There's rumors that Elon wants to right the ship with their relationship, but I don't know. This is crazy. Yeah, there is some people are thinking they planned it. Like, I couldn't totally put it past these two, but at the same time, it does not sound like it's planned at all. You never know. A lot of weird things going crazy, but you just never know. But regardless, look at what the result is. Like, look at the result of this thing is. It's crazy. If I had to guess, though, I think they're probably going to make up because it's not in either of their best interests to battle each other. It's very interesting because what Elon's done here is put himself in a pretty precarious situation because he was loved by the left, and then he recently obviously loved by the right, and now he's abandoned the right, but I'm sure the left is probably still salty, and the right is probably angry now. And if they make up, I don't know. Now he's going to leave both folks mad. Is that good for Tesla stock? I don't know. I think Tesla stock's probably still a good stock regardless of the drama. But politically, I don't know. Maybe Elon should have stayed out of politics in the first place because what he's doing is probably upsetting the Tesla shareholders. He's made these people mad. Now he's making those people mad. He's making a lot of people mad right now, including the president, which I don't know. Let's see. There's a lot of threats going around. Kind of wild, guys. Kind of wild. S&P almost at 6K. Almost at 6K. And the trade is turning the right way. We're gonna lower the stop loss. We're gonna bring it up. We're gonna keep cooking it down through the stream. Again, I'm not gonna move it the other direction. But I will move it closer so that I obviously, lessen the loss low. But I have a sneaking suspicion that we are going to find some resistance over here and trickle back down. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Jimmy Lip says, if Elon knew about the president on that list, why would he even be associated with him? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that there's just insults. Who knows? I don't want to talk too much about that nonsense. That extreme drama. But it is a feud. It is affecting the market. In my opinion, I put out a poll. What do you guys think? And by the way, tap the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already. 54% of you guys do think that this battle matters. Kind of wild, huh? Kind of wild. I'm going to end this poll. I'm going to put out a new poll. I want to get your take on it. Happy Friday, by the way, guys. Bitcoin back to 100K again. Yes or no? Yes or nah? You let me know. In this trade, let's see how it goes. Man, I got some really nice trades lately. If you guys want to do some trading too, I got the link. It's pinned in the comments if you want to sign up. Okay. Has anybody else been trading out there? Man, I've been trading a lot. It's been obviously it's pretty fun to win. We've been winning. There's Black Sea talking about Circle. Man, this thing's been popping. Circle's been on a tear. Let's see if that IPO stays up. Let's see if it stays up. Who knows? Who knows? Let's look at some charts. Here we go. So what could happen here is we could just see this thing go bounce there. That could easily happen. It could also happen like this, where it like bounces and then it goes back down through. I kind of lean more towards that scenario, to be honest with you guys. Something like this. But we'll see. Solana chart, Pepe. Well, let's look at the Pepe chart first. Ooh. Pepe chart looks like it's breaking lower, and if that's the case, it could cook down to this. Something like that. Let's go down to the daily candle. Maybe we'll see something a little bit better. Something like that. Ooh, that would be tough. Another 46% crash. See, that would correspond with this Bitcoin dominance upshoot, which I'm kind of still looking at, guys. I'm still kind of looking at that upshoot for Bitcoin dominance. Very, very possible. Let's look at the what else? Let's look at the Solana chart. Eh? Well, here's the Dogecoin chart. You know what that looks like. Let's move over to Sol for you. Check it out. I think Sol's coming back down to 126. I've had this trend line drawn for a while. Guys, here's where I'm at, okay? Just so that I kind of sum it up. I'm bullish on crypto. You know this. For the long term, I love it. I think Solana is great. Cardano, XRP, Cardano, Bitcoin, obviously. There's a lot of great coins. But this Fed rate cut stuff, it's a real problem for our short-term and mid-term prognosis. Now, we could keep going up a little bit despite it, because here's the good news for Bitcoin. This big, beautiful tax bill hurts the national debt. The national debt's already terrible. They're talking about eliminating the debt ceiling. It's a death sentence for the dollar in the long run. And if you've got a death sentence for the dollar, that is a green light for the Bitcoin. It's just what it is. It's incredible for Bitcoin in the long run. But that does not mean that Bitcoin's not going to be affected by a lack of rate cuts yet. We still have a long way to go before Bitcoin really splits off from the big picture. But it is going to continue to do so slowly over time. Smash a like, John316. How you doing, John? How's life? But yeah, I'm looking maybe at coming back down there for Sol. Maybe we don't come all the way down there, but it's certainly possible. Trade's coming the wrong way again. I'm okay if I get stopped out here. It's fine. I don't have, I don't know, guys. I'm having a hard time getting new highs for Bitcoin like right now, Appreciate you, John. Life's blessed, enjoying the content. I'm enjoying your company, my friend. Thanks for being here. What else is going on, guys? Let's see if there's any other news stories popping up. Porsche mulling shifting parts of model assembly to U.S. Wow, look at that. Probably as a result of the tariffs. That's the idea behind the tariffs. For those that don't like the tariffs, that's the idea, is to bring manufacturing back. That's a good part of the tariffs, but you know, there's the bad parts too, the pain in the market, right? Hard to see where new highs for Bitcoin will come in terms of news cycle. Yeah, there's a lot of negative right now. There's a lot of negative. And that's what you get during a Trump presidency because, you know, clearly the media loves to bash the guy, you know, regardless if it's warranted or not. That's just how that's how his presidency went last time. That's how it's going this time. Are you surprised? I'm not surprised. I am not surprised at all. But I still, you know, if the tariff thing wasn't around, I think we'd be booming right now for Bitcoin. But the tariff thing's here. It's real. Ray Khan in the chat says, bro, FCA is unlocking future British retail to crypto, but they are in proposal phase since they did ban it in 2021. Pumping back up. We're getting a little bit of a move back up right now. Bitcoin dominance certainly climbing. Let's look at total market cap. Little bit of a breakthrough there, but a bounce today. You know, maybe we are going to get a bounce here. It's kind of, I mean, this could be like that moment, but at the same time, this is kind of a, it is a little bit of a head and shoulders-y, kind of a head and shoulders-y deal. And then if you really go to the big time frame, could easily see some stuff like this. I still believe we could keep pumping despite the news, just because that's how strong Bitcoin is, how it wants to be, just the macro part of Bitcoin. But the news is tough. I am torn. I am torn. Do we finally get the $3 trillion bounce? Well, my friend, we have. Well, we went below 3 trillion before, and I know you know that, but yeah, we could see a 3 trillion bounce here for sure. It could bounce, test it again. That would make sense, actually. It's a great point. 3 trillion. It was the level I was talking about before. This could make sense for the 3 trillion bounce. That could make sense for the 3 trillion bounce. We're kind of bleeding over again. Shorts back in the profit. How much liquidity has gone to meme coins over this alt cycle? Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. How you doing, Indexer? Love to you as well, my friend. How much liquidity has gone into meme coins over this alt cycle? I mean, the liquidity went in and it is out right now. I mean, the memes are not hot, so not a ton in there right now, right? But it was wild. We had the craziest meme coin, arguably the biggest meme coin moment ever. There was so many massive meme coin opportunities for a hot minute there. It was wild. All right, well, I'm looking at these 15-minute candles, and you know what? I'm not in the mood for it to go the wrong way and give me 202 in the L category. So let's bring it down more. See, this is a good practice. I'm just showing you guys. I'm just pulling it down, and look, if it stops out, it stops out. I'm putting a little bit more risk on the table for an L, but I feel like we're going to slip, kind of hanging out just to kind of watch it slip right now. I could pump, obviously. But this like weird stair ladder recovery, this is such a weird, like wanted to, so looks strong, but it's kind of weird and choppy. And it looks so manipulated. It looks so manipulated right now. If you guys want to trade, you could sign up for Blowfin. I'm in a 10x short right now on Bitcoin. Not because I'm bearish on the thing, because I believe that there's volatility to be traded. So you can continue to DC it. Man, I've been able to add a little bit more to my positions because of the profit. Done a little bit. Still cut most of that profit in for trading for now. But, if we do get an even more significant dip, that's how we benefit. That's how we benefit. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to keep these stop losses here, and I'm going to get scooting. Happy Friday, everybody. Tap that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching on X, give us a repost. Invite some friends for next time. If you're watching on YouTube, well, thanks for tuning back in today. I'll see you in the next one, guys. DCA, HODL. Do your own research. As always, guys, nothing's financial advice on any of these streams or any of the content. We just love crypto. We're going to keep them coming. Till next time. Peace, guys. Later.